Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Overnight, just 1 verse 10. For thy violence. For thy what? For thy violence. For thy what? For thy violence. This is why God makes it like that. The Bible says that God is a just God.
Talk to me.
What led police to pull the man over? All of this unfolded.
Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible. They said white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays for white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even celebrate family at the time. Going out in the opposite, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. I read put in a book they sell on Amazon. Owned by the same folks that told us to apologize. Remember slavery wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murder is with the sword, that's how we learn religion. Unity standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from our heritage under these bastards. Like a bitch that make a lie to give you public lashes.
Come on, hey, say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
So mad when I tell them this.
I'm fucking what?
My nigga skeletons. It's hectic out there. Hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And I never let these credits take it from me. Real talk. You probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful because that thing you love can affect your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
You want to run your mouth?
No, because you was looking at my license plate for what?
Exactly.
For what?
You don't have the right to run this.
I got my right to do anything I want to do. I'm a police officer.
You can't run.
God is against the white man. He had no choice to leave.
Family, I done lost friends. Day one niggas thought was riding to
All
the
our
end.
lives, we
Still
talk
showed
that
up,
God loves
put in
everybody.
that work.
That
Hide
God
behind the smile while I'm walking with this hurt. Some nights I
all
felt alone, most nights I felt
That's
cold.
how it
Some
is.
nights I drove around, I ain't want to go home. Nigga, I
Bro,
ain't never
chapter
been.
9,
I
verse
ain't never
13.
fold. Fight orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted. I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with less. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent, I put it down for my brothers. Ain't spared no expense. If I ever got
we get ready to read, it's
cause
found
an
all
offense,
throughout the
please
Bible.
forgive your brother,
As
Lord,
it's
that ain't
written
what
right
I
here in
meant.
the
See
Bible.
that brotherhood of weapon,
Jacob,
fighting
as I
deception.
love.
When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got, and I'm sorry,
Jacob
baby
is the
girl,
progenitor,
if I ever
the
broke your
forefather
heart, man, mistakes
of
that
the
I
12
made,
tribes
don't
of
know
Israel.
if they'll fade.
It has nothing to
Moving
do
with
with
a heavy
history.
heart, lifted
Jacob
with the
had
pain.
12
Take
sons,
away the shame,
and those
wash
12
away the
sons
stain.
are the 12
Praying to
tribes.
the Lord for the
That's
days
his
that I
name.
was
Jacob
vain.
is Israel. That's the same person. His name was changed to Israel. So the Bible
Long
says
as we
Jacob
got each
has
other,
love.
my
The
nigga.
Bible is saying that God loves these people, the
Cause we
12
build
tribes of
this shit on
Israel,
brotherhood.
because that's who He made a covenant with. That's who He made a promise with.
Long
God
as we
loves
got
Jacob.
each other, my
Now
nigga.
let's keep reading. But Esau,
Cause we build this shit on
I know you said you didn't
brotherhood.
read the Bible, so I won't even answer. I'll tell you. Esau is the forefather of the so-called white race. That's the nation of Edom. That's Esau. Every race of people on the face of the earth can trace their lineage back to the forefather. And the Bible has that history. It's saying right here that, but Esau, the forefather of white people, have I hated. I got what? Have I hated. H-A-D-E-D. In the Bible. That's what it says. Now we don't write this. I know, Eric, that sounds crazy. You said you was going to believe me.
Talk to me.
For the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, check out ISUPK Baltimore. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, Israel. We are the ICPA out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group, and we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people who are the real Jews of the Bible. Today is Wednesday law class. We're going to break down some laws today. All right. Understand this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So when you watch classes, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, or so forth and so on, make sure that you got a pen and pad, right? Because we out here teaching our people. All right. So make sure you do that. Also like and subscribe. So today we're going to talk about a law, right, that a lot of us seem to gloss over. All right. A lot of us in our way of life. We gloss over it because we don't understand how drastic this law affects us. The Christian church told us that the laws are done away with, right? Let me get Exodus 20 verses 3. All right. And this is a law that we as a people got realized has had a profound effect on us as a people. This law has destroyed us because self-consciously we not understanding the ramifications of not following these laws. Now understand that you're not following the law, right, and keeping the Most High's commandments is going to lead you to your destruction. And us as a nation, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we are continuously seeing this destruction continuously happen to us as a people. And a lot of us, for the most of us always wonder why, right? The Christian church told us all we got to do is be a good person and hoop and holler and dance in the church, right? All we got to do is do that. Shalom. All we got to do is do that, and then we'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll be forgiven, we'll be saved, right? But that's not the case. All right, so today we're going to break down one of these pivotal laws that a lot of us as Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people seem to gloss over. All right, and Exodus, Salakia, sir, can you get Exodus 23 and 5 up the shelf? Go. So we're going to break it down because, listen, America has done a lot to us as a people. There's a lot of conditioning that's been going on. So we're going to bring out this law first beforehand, and then we're going to get into what this class is about. All right. You got
Come. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other God before me.
No other gods before me. So on the surface, a lot of us as a nation, as a people, we might look at that as if, you know, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not this, and so forth and so forth. But the scripture is saying no other God before me. So what has happened is we, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, have decided to follow behind a God. And in retrospect, no, it's not a God that we see in movies and TV and stuff like that. More or less is a God that we see every day. All right, every day when we go to work. That God is the oppressor, known as Esau, known as the white man. All right, that's the God we done chose over. His way of life, we done chose over the Most High's way of life. Right? The Esau, he tell us to do. We can live an alternate lifestyle, and it's fine and it's cool. Right? But that's not necessarily the case. Right? So a lot of times when you hear the ISUBK speak, right, and everybody be like, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain saying that's synonymous with us, right? And we've been saying it since 1969, right? There's a certain saying, you know the saying that's synonymous with the ISUBK. When you hear the brothers on the corner, there's one thing you know for a fact they're gonna say. You know what it is? You know what it is?
Shalom Israel.
No, not Shalom Israel. It's something that stand out, and against against. For us as a nation, it might rub us wrong because we done made the white man our God. It's something we always say. about our oppressor.
Oh, white man is the devil.
White man is the devil. That's right. You know what I'm saying? White man is the devil. That is something that's synonymous with it, because one thing you gotta understand is when we say the devil means deceiver.
Right.
Right? It doesn't mean a man that's walking around here with horns and he red with a long pitchfork. Right? That's what the devil, the deceiver, has created this image in our head.
Right.
And a lot of times our people be like, we always have a hard time with that. A lot of our people, when you hear the brothers and sisters, the brothers on the corner speaking and saying that the white man is devil, for most of our Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people, when they on the corner with us, as long as we talking about anything else, it's fine. We can talk about every other nation, and it's fine on the corner.
Right.
But once we mention that the white man is the devil, that's when a lot of our people get this feeling inside. Right? Whereas though, I agree with what you're saying, but that right there, I can't fully stand behind it. And that comes from a lot of conditioning, right, that our people has been going through. And it comes from us making the white man, the devil, our God, right? Because everybody understands, if you look into history, that he is a deceiver. We done seen it too many times and times again. When you go out through history, you know that he is a deceiver, right? What nation has he not gone into and deceived those people and raped, murdered them? Has saved those people, murdered, right, and unalive those people. What nation of people did he not go into and do that to? Right? We all understand it. And the crazy thing about it, why we call him the devil, is because he deceived our people to the fact that we know all the historical facts of what this nation of people has done to our people, and yet we still sit there and say, let's hold hands with them. We are all the same, right? Meanwhile, like the video I played before this class got started, right? You see how many countless times atrocities happen to our people, where the other nation continuously unalive, harm our people, continuously put our people in these conditions, right? Redlining, give us all these drugs and all these type of things. It's been so many instances in our life that we understand that the white man is in fact the devil, but for some reason we can't stand behind it. So today we're gonna break down the history of this devil, and we're gonna show you why he's a devil. And the first thing we're gonna go to is let me get Genesis 25 and verse 20, 22. You can start at 22, sir. This is heavy, right? Because we're gonna break down the beginning, right? We're gonna show you Esau and how he first came on earth. Because a lot of times people claim Esau is not the white man, but we're gonna show you in these scriptures who he is. And we're gonna show you why he's the devil. All right, you got it.
Come. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And the children struggled together within her.
All right, so backstory on this. Rebecca is she's about to have twins, right? And the twins are struggling. They going to war, they fighting, right? They fighting within her belly. All right, continue reading, sir.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So what happened was, when women be pregnant, right, the baby always be kicking, right? So now she got two twins in there, and they going ham, right? They wrestling, they fighting inside, and she asking the Most High, like, yo, why is this going on my pregnancy? Like, why is it like this, right? And the angel of the Lord said this, continue reading.
Verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb.
All right, this is a very pivotal point, right? The first thing that the angel said to Rebecca is, there are two nations in her womb. Two nations. Nations is synonymous with the word race. Two races are in thy womb. Now think about that. When you got twins, most of the time they the same, right? But the Most High is letting you know straight up, letting her know and us know that, listen, inside her womb, they are two different nations. Continue reading.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So check us out. Two manner of people. Manner is like the characteristics, the way they act, how they are. right? So not only is this two nations inside her womb and two different types of people, right? They are going to be separated from her bowels. They are separated. Not the same, not we all hold hands. I had a dream that one day we will all hold hands with all these. This scripture right here is destroying already Martin Luther King and Christianity, or Dale was saying that we should love everybody and be a part of everybody. The Most High strictly is saying right now that we should be separate, that these two nations are separate from birth. All right, continue reading.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
And here's some distinctions between the two nations, right? The two races of people that's coming out of our bowels. The two manner of people. One of them will be stronger than the other. Continue reading.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. So when we continue reading this story, I want you to understand who's the elder and who is the younger in this story. All right, because this is the prophecy. All right, this is the white man, right? Who was Esau. We're gonna break it down. Understand there who came out first and who came out second. All right, that's a very pivotal point, right? And remember this scripture. The scripture says, read the end part again.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. Now, understand this: when this prophecy, or when this message from the angel came to Rebecca, they still in her womb. They haven't been born yet, right? So the Most High is letting you know what's going to take effect, what is going to happen, right? The elder will serve the younger. And we're gonna continue reading. Let me get to verse 24.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
There you go. So there were twins in her womb. We already understand that the Most High said the reason they were wrestling and fighting was because there are two different nations and two different manner of people. And as soon as they will be born, they're going to be separated. All right. All right. So as you can see, continue reading.
Verse 25. And the first came out red.
All right. So check this out. Now, remember, I want y'all to remember the positions of when they come out. So here comes the older one. All right. Remember, the older one's going to serve the younger one. But right now, the elder came out, and his color is red. All right. Now, if you think about it, when you look at the so-called white man, he's not white like my shirt, white like this piece of paper, white like the paint on the wall.
Right.
He's more of a derivative of red. All right. And when he gets mad, what color he changes?
Red.
Red. He's red. Right? Now understand it. It says the first came out red. Right? And if you look at this is how you know the scripture, this book is made for Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Because it illustrates so many things to us that all you gotta do is pay attention, right? So when it says they come out red, if you will look it up, right, there's a thing where white people, when they have their babies, they love to take pictures with their babies with a red back. They call it a white baby in red. And it's wild because the reason they do it because of their complexion, I guess, stands out when it's red. I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? That's what the devils do, but I mean, I don't get it. But, you know, so it's like, it's so much evidence throughout the world that will let you know, right? Continue reading.
All over like a hairy garment.
Not only is he red, he come out all over like a hairy garment. Now, everybody know, right? The white man, right? He hairy. Right, we see it all the time, man. Cavemen, you know what I'm saying? Like they are a hairy race of people. All right. But we're gonna break it down some more and show you the different characteristics between the white man. All right, continue reading.
And they called his name Esau.
Well, Esau. Now, already from these clues in the beginning, right? He come out red and he hairy. All right. That's his first characteristics. Now you understand though, like, what other nation could that be? We don't come out red. Right? What other nation come out red and hairy all over?
None.
Nobody except the devils. All right. Continue reading.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out.
Now, this is what I really do want y'all to pay attention to, right? Because the scriptures, one thing about the scriptures is it illustrates everything, and everything that needs to be in the scriptures is in the scriptures, right? So if you look at in the beginning, when it talks about Esau, when he first come out, it describes Esau when he first come out, right? Now, yes, everybody, can you continue reading about the description of when Jacob come out?
Come. I'm going to go back. Genesis 25 and 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
All right. Yes, sir. Why don't it describe what Jacob looked like? It describes what Esau looked like, but it don't describe what Jacob looked like. You know why? Because Jacob looked like everybody else. They didn't have to describe it.
Right.
Everybody understood. Right? When something come out new, you describe it. If it looks, so if everybody in the room is the same complexion, the same everything, right? When something different come, we want to describe that like, yo, that's different. That's different right there. Esau was different, right? Continue reading. Oh, Salakia, and another Salakia, my bad, sir. Another point that was very heavy is they was fighting so much that even when Esau come out, Jacob is grabbing onto his hip, right? They still at it. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that Christians who teach the whole doctrine of everybody, love everybody, God loves everybody. This is something you really gotta think, though, right? We've been in this nation, right, for over 400 something years, and no matter what we've tried to do, we still in the same condition we've been in.
Right.
Right. Trying to love them has done nothing for us as a people. It only makes sense that we're oil, they water. We don't mix. No matter how many times we done tried to mix with them, it doesn't happen. It doesn't work. All right? Understand it. Continue reading, sir.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
All right, so right now, all right, continue reading verse 27.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Check this out. I told you the scriptures show everything. Right now, we getting down to the characteristics of Esau. All right, Esau was a cunning hunter. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, right, that are great hunters. But when you think of hunters, y'all want to go on a hunt. You basically, it coincides with the white race, right? When everybody, hunting is a thing that's considered what white people do, right? Even though we can all hunt, but that's what they do. They like it. It's a show. Think about it's a show I watch. It's called Alone, where they take 10 people, 10 wielding people who think they can survive. They go out into the wilderness and try to survive with 10 items, right? Majority of the people on that show are Caucasian. And you will understand why when the scriptures continue illustrating why is it difference, all right? Continue reading, sir.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field.
Man of the field. I remember at one point in time, it was like, think about it. They are a man of the field. They would rather go out there into the Amazons, rip and run. They go find these animals. They stay trying to go into the ocean. Just what was a couple years ago, The dude tried to hop in the ocean with a PlayStation controller and the submarine. Listen, they cannot stay in the house. This is who they are. Think about it, like they literally go to Mount Everest. Why? Just cause they want to climb. Like there is something inside them. And the scriptures are illustrating right here. Right? Like they have to go outside. I was watching that movie Everest like a couple months ago, and I was just sitting there watching it the whole time, not even feeling bad. I'm like, bro, why would you go up there, bro? Right. Like wow. You know what I'm saying? But that's just about Esau. Like that's who he is. He's a man of the field. Right. He always wants to be out in wilderness and stuff like that. Continue reading.
And Jacob was a plain man.
A plain man. Right now. Normal. Right? Normal. Now think about this. When you call Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nations people, when you call your homeboy, your friend, your partner, or whoever, right? Be like, yo, what you doing, yo? What's like the first thing that most times people want to say?
Chilling.
They chilling, right? Because that's our, like that's who we are, right? 9 times out of 10, bro, we chilling, man. I'm in the crib chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? We simple, we plain, right? We normal. All right, we ain't gotta be out here in the fields hemorrhaging through grass and all that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in the Navy, right? I met this dude, we get out of boot camp. We in the little A school, and he was talking about how he a hunter. He had talked about how him and his family would be sitting up in trees for weeks to catch deer. I'm like, bro, y'all wilding, bro. He like, nah, like that's what we do. Like we'll literally be sitting up in trees and stuff like that. I felt like he was exaggerating because one time he said, you know, they liars, man. He said he hopped out the tree one time with a blade and cut the deer down. I said, bro, y'all tripping, bro. But that's gotta understand what type of people they are. Like this, that's where they be at. They be out in them fields, right? You know what I'm saying? Cunning hunters, right? When it comes to listen, they make whistles and sounds to attract animals, right? Like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? I watched the show Alone, and they just be out there making all kinds of noises, trying to get an animal to come through so they can just unalive them. Good.
It's funny that you said that, right? I just seen today. It was 2 dudes out here. They was making the sound of some kind of wild pig, and a bobcat came. Mm-hmm. And the bobcat was looking at him like, "You ain't hear that?" The bobcat was like, "It ain't nothing over there behind y'all," because the bobcat was actually looking for the animal that they was imitating the noise. And these are people of the field. These are right. This is what they do. This is what they live for. You know what I mean? And the bobcat kept walking and stopping and looking back at them. And the bobcat was looking like, "You sure you ain't out of this mouth, right?" But that's how they are.
That's how they are. You know what I'm saying? Think about the stuff we eat, man. You gotta go. Like I remember back in the day, you know, when they would find out that oil is from a whale. Like, bro, like, how would you find that out? Like, you really got to be doing some extra stuff to think about getting oil out of a whale. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of people they are. The stuff that they find and stuff that we do on a regular day basis. You got to be a different type of person to find it. Because most of us, we like, yo, bro, I'm not going over there. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Them, they gonna try to find it out. They want to find the newest ant or the newest animal or whatever. Like, they are people of the field. Continue reading, sir.
Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
His name, about it, you know, you're a father, man. You got your son, you feel me? Go out there and get it done. You know what I mean? You love him, but Rebekah knew the prophecy was taking place. She been spoken to, right, by the angels. So she already understands, right, that the elder will serve the younger. All right, continue reading.
Verse 29. And Jacob saw a cottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
All right, so check this out. This is where the story begins to pick up. All right. So again, Esau, he a person of the field. So what happens is one day, you know, Jacob, he in the crib marinating some soup. All right, with the food, he got some soup going on. Esau, he come from the field. He probably been out there about 10, 15 days. Anytime you coming back, talking about he was faint. You've been out there for a minute. And you a cunning hunter, so you wasn't catching nothing. You just was out there, right, for a long time. So he ends up, coming to Jacob. All right, continue reading.
Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me.
So he asked Jacob to feed him, right, because he'd been out in the wilderness for a long period of time, and he was faint. Continue reading, sir.
I pray thee with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore, his name was called Edom.
All right, so one thing you need to understand: the pottage, right? It's red because it's still raw, like it's still cooking, right? And Esau is asking Jacob, like, listen, bro, I need some food. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand this, right? It's raw food in the pottage. Esau is faint. He shows up to Jacob, like, listen, I need some food. Feed me because I'm about to faint. Continue reading.
For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
All right, so check this out. Now, Jacob, like, yo, what you want? Basically, all right, yo, you want some food? What you gonna give me for your food? You know what? Give me your birthright. Right? Now, this is the spirit of Esau. And when you see the example of what he does, this is what Esau has put on our people to do. Right? Continue reading.
Verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Think about that. This is the spirit of Esau. He is willing to sell his birthright for some raw soup. All right? Your birthright is everything. It is your inheritance. It's everything to a person. All right? But that's the person Esau is. And he's put into our people this same type of mentality, right? Where it doesn't matter about what's going to happen down the line, right? It matters about right here, right now. I want it right here, right now. That's why he teaches our brothers and sisters to become drug dealers or stuff like that, because the profit is right here, right now.
Right.
I can go out here and sell an ounce and get I can go do that right now. You know what I'm saying? But down the road, you lose everything. And this is a constant thing that he continues to teach our people. Think about the celebrities, right? Yeah, you can get in this movie, but you're going to have to do something to get in this movie. And then what happens is down the line, they like, man, I wish I never did that, right? This is what this devil, this is his way of life. Right? So when Jacob like, yo, give me your birthright. He's like, yo, what's my birthright when I'm hungry right now? I need some soup. Soup? Bro, you couldn't wait. You couldn't go get some bread. You couldn't find nothing, bro. You just had to go get this soup. You willing to give out your birthright for some soup. And that is what our oppressor is. All right. And that's why we got to understand as a people, we can't choose none of his ways, because choosing his ways, all like everything when it comes to not following the laws, 9 times out of 10, your reason you're not trying to follow the laws is because you want that game right here and right now.
Right.
Not because, you know what I'm saying, down the line, you like, yo, I want to smoke this blunt now because I want to feel some way now. Not realizing down the road you might destroy yourself. Not realizing you like, yo, I want that pork sandwich now. Not realizing down the road, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is going to give you high blood pressure and you're going to die from this, right? That is the spirit of Esau, and he continuously has put it on our people, letting us know that, yo, just give into whatever it is. It don't matter what it is, right? If you want it, go get it. Ain't that what they say?
Right.
All right. Continue reading, sir.
Verse 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him.
So Jacob like, yo, all right, swear you want to give me a birthright. And, you know, Esau did it for a couple raw soup. All right. Understand that, man. Now, this is the one thing that a lot of you run into for a lot of people when you continue reading this story, especially, you know, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. They like, yeah, but you know, he ain't had to give him, he could have just gave him some suit. They make it seem as though, and this is a thing that you'll get, when we continue reading the story, you'll start to understand that this is what they do, right? They try to make themselves feel like the victim. Jacob never, like Jacob didn't do anything for that man to sell him his birthright. He chose to sell him his birthright. Jacob said, yo, give me your birthright. You didn't have to say yes, right? That's one thing you gotta realize about these devils is 9 times out of 10 when they do something, right, and it don't go their way, they play victim.
Right.
And you're gonna see it when we continue reading the story, right? You didn't have to sell your birthright for a cup of soup, right? Jacob man had what's the saying? It wasn't a gun to my head. Jacob ain't put no gun to his head. He could have been like, nah, birthright, you tripping, bro. What you want me to do? Yo, go catch a deer for you or something? Not my birthright, but no, you know, this is the spirit of Esau. Continue reading.
The middle of 33. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
So understand that Esau despised his birthright. Jacob gave him the meal, all right, some raw soup and some bread. All right. Continue. Let me go with Genesis 27:1, sir.
To 27:1.
Come.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass, that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son.
All right, so check this out, right? Now at the point in the story, Isaac, he done got old, right? He done got real old, so he's losing his vision. He an old man, right? So that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the elder is going to serve the younger, right? The prophecy said that. Rebecca knows. The angel came to Rebecca. She ain't come to Isaac. I mean, the angel didn't come to Isaac. All right. Jacob got Esau's birthright. Esau sold his birthright for a cup of raw soup. All right. Continue reading.
He called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am. Here am I.
So Isaac go calls to Esau, and Esau shows up. Continue reading, sir.
Verse 2. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Verse 3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison.
All right, so check this out. So now I think like, yo, listen, I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I do want like my meal. I want like this. I want like my final meal for real. All right, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to go get your quiver, which is the thing that carry the arrows. I want you to go get your arrows or whatever your hunting gear and go get me some venison. All right, continue reading.
Verse 4. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me.
And he said, go make me some savory meat and bring it to me. So go out there, go get me some venison, and then bring it to me. Mind you, remember the mind state that Isaac is in. He basically can't see, right? So, and he's about to die, right? And what he wants to do is, after he get his meal, he's going to give out his blessing, right? Remember, Esau done sold his blessing. Esau done sold his birthright for a cup of soup. Continue reading.
That I may eat, that my soul may may bless thee before I die.
All right. All right, you can continue reading, sir.
Keep going.
Come.
Verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and bring it. And to bring it.
Right. So Esau went and he went to go get the venison for his father. All right. All right. So Rebecca, Rebecca is a thing we call in the black community. She was ear hustling, right?
Right.
So she was ear hustling, listening to the conversation between Isaac and Esau. All right. And she understands that, listen, the angel came to me and told me that the elder would serve the younger. So the elder's going to have to serve Jacob. So she ear hustling, and she realizes that, all right, Isaac is asking for Esau to go out there and get this venison, right? And then Isaac is going to bless Esau. So Rebecca decides, continue reading.
Verse 6. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, verse 7, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death.
All right, so basically, like I said, she was ear hustling. She heard what Isaac was saying to Esau. So she go tell Jacob, like, listen, right, this what your father just said to Esau. All right, continue reading.
Verse 8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee.
All right, so she like, listen, all right, now your mother used to be like, yo, and listen to what I say, do. This is what she's saying, boy, listen, all right? She gave him that look, told him, now listen to what I say, all right? Let's see what she said. Continue reading.
Verse 9. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth.
Right. All right. Go verse 10.
Verse 10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
All right. So what she's doing, she like, all right, listen, Jacob, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out there and go get these goats, right? And I'm gonna make the meal for your father, right? Esau out there going hunting or whatever, I got you. Go do that, and then I'm gonna send you in there with your father. Continue reading.
Verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man.
All right, so check this out, all right? All right, Jacob like, all right, listen. Jacob's smart. He like, bro, there's no way I'm gonna be able to go in there, right? Under the pretense of I'm Esau, right? Knowing that, for one, I'm different. We different from them devils, right? So you got to think about it. And it's so synonymous with us in this world today. When you see a Black, Hispanic, and First Nation person, and they give themselves to the oppressor's culture, they act different than how we act. We be like, yo, you act mad white, like they different, right? And understand that in order for us to put on the spirit of them, is different for us, right? So what Jacob is saying is like, listen, bro, ain't no way I can just go in it, right? Because for one, I ain't as hairy as y'all. He hairy, right? You know what I'm saying? So he tells his mother that. All right, continue reading.
My father, peradventure, will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver.
One thing Jacob didn't want to do was become a liar, right? He didn't want to lie to his father. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to deceive his father, right? So he like, listen, if I go in there now and my skin the way it is, he gonna easily, like, Isaac ain't dumb. He gonna know that's not Esau, right? He gonna know that, man. Continue reading.
And I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them.
Right. So basically, his mother like, listen, bro, I know. And she knows the prophecy what the angel has told her. right? She already told him the elder gonna serve the younger, right? Don't worry about what's going to happen. That I'm gonna take that, right? But what I need you to do is listen to what I'm saying. All right, we all have been in that situation when your mother be like, yo, listen, bro, all that stuff you talking about, we ain't trying to do as I say do. All right? Go ahead.
She said, don't worry about that. Let me handle that.
Right.
You do what I say.
Thank you, right? You know what I'm saying? You do as I say. All right? Don't worry about all you worrying about stuff that ain't got nothing to do. I got you. Just do as I say. Follow my instructions. All right, continue reading.
Verse 14. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved.
As he goes, she done whipped it up. You understand when you just read, y'all. Look, she know how you want your food to be made. All right, so she made it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So continue reading.
Verse 15. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son.
All right, so she went and took Esau clothes. All right, you gotta understand, right? Trying to act like a devil, right? Now, mind you, he a man of the wilderness. He out there. We all know, you know what I mean? That smell, right? You smell it from once they in your presence. You smell it, right? Like a dog. Like you know the smell. It's wet. Like you know that smell. So us being brothers, Jacob, a brother, like he ain't gonna smell like Jacob. Probably smell good because he be chilling. You know what I'm saying? His brother, who knows what he smell like, man? He smell like game. He just be out there, right? You know what I'm saying? So what his mother do? She smart. She like, all right, so I'm gonna go get some Esau clothes because you definitely gonna need this because you definitely don't smell like your brother.
Right.
He'll be out there in the wilderness now. So she go get him a fit, put his clothes on, right? And understand this, right? That's why this book is so powerful. When we get continue more on this chapter, right? Everything Rebecca did plays out when Jacob goes sees Isaac. And that's how like powerful these scriptures are, right? And powerful how the Most High, the Most High putting forth for this to happen, right? Every little thing that you might think she was prepared. She was prepared, right? Because the Most High, basically, she's following what the Most High wanted to happen, right? Continue reading.
Verse 16. And she put the skins of the goat upon his hand and upon the smooth of his neck.
Check this out, right? Yo, that's hard. Anytime you got skins of goats, right? Imagine somebody putting, you know what I mean, carving the skin of a goat and then placing it on your hand, right? That's how your hand must feel. Like, that's how Esau's hand felt. Like, to the point where she took skin of goats and placed it on his hands and on his neck, on Jacob's neck. And then they also said Jacob smooth of his neck. Like, Jacob's neck wasn't hairy like my man Esau was. And she went and put that on him. Not only so she got him some clothes that smell like Esau, and then she went and cut the goat's skin and placed it on his hands and on his neck. Right? That's her hair. That's her.
Right.
All right, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You go to verse 18. So verse 17, she basically go. Nah, go. You go. You can read it.
Verse 17. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. Verse 18.
So basically, after she got him all dressed up, and Esau clothing and the skin of goats on his hands and his neck. She gave him the food, told him, go in there, go see your father. Continue reading, sir.
Verse 18. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here I am. Here am I. Who art thou, my son?
All right, so Isaac, remember he's blind. Well, he's not. I don't necessarily say he's blind, but he can't really see. He's old. All right, you know what I'm saying? When you get older, you lose your vision. All right, so Jacob coming there, and he like, who art thou, my son? Continue reading.
Verse 19. And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me.
All right, so basically Jacob tell him, listen, I'm Esau, your firstborn, and I've done exactly what you said do. You said go out there and get some venison. Now, I want y'all, especially you follow in class, to mark in verse 19 how Jacob talks to his father about getting him to eat this venison, and then we're going to see how Esau talk. So he says, as thou badest me, he's talking to his father. He asks his father to arise, I pray thee. Right? That's like saying, please, like, you know what I'm saying? In a calm turn. Then he says, sit and eat of my venison that my soul may bless me. All right, said that my soul might bless me. All right, so basically, all right, understand when Jacob went to go say something to him, go talk to his father about the blessing. Now, Jacob knows the blessing's about to come upon, but he still is at least, you know what I'm saying, has some decorum about himself, right? He don't just go in there and walk with his father, right? You know what I'm saying? Understand that, because when we get down, we're going to see the difference between the devil's spirit and our spirit, all right? Continue reading.
Verse 20, and Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me.
And that's a fact, right? Because this is all prophetic. This was supposed to happen, is going to happen, right? Continue reading.
Verse 21, and Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son.
All right, Slapping, my bad. So, as I said, everything Rebecca did, when you follow, see, understand, when you follow behind what the Most High say do, you will always be prepared, right? Isaac, like, all right, and you're gonna see why he said, "Come close to me so that I can feel you." All right, he said, all right, you my son, come here, let me feel you. Right, and it makes sense because ain't nobody else on this earth walking around with goat skin except Esau. Right, if you want to know one way you can prove who Esau was is by his skin, the way it feels. All right, continue reading.
Whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
All right, so that was the way he was going to test me. Like, yo, listen, I'm gonna touch your skin, and we gonna see if you Esau. All right, continue reading, sir.
Verse 22, and Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
The hands are the hands of Esau, right? He got the goat skin on his hand. And understand that, like, even though he can't see, he can understand that, like, yo, you got the voice of my son, because we just different. We different, right? You don't talk like, even with your brothers, like, you know, when you around somebody, you know their voice, you know how they talk, right? You know what I mean? You can try to mask it, but it's only gonna go so far before we can hear you. So Isaac, like, all right, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you sound like Jacob, but you hairy, right? You hairy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how distinctive it is, because that is what. Continue reading.
Verse 23, and he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him.
Think about that. That's how distinctive his hairy hands is. Isaac said, listen, you sound like Jacob, but you hairy like Esau. He ain't sitting contemplate like, you know what? Hold on, I need to figure this out. He like, you know what? You got these hairy hands. You gotta be Esau, so I'm gonna bless you. Right? That's how distinctive Esau is compared to us. All right, so he blessed him. All right, and continue reading.
Verse 24, and he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am.
Said, I am. All right, remind you, this is what the Most High wanted to happen. when we showed you the prophecy in the beginning, those twins, when the angel was speaking to Rebecca, those twins were still in her womb. All right. So this is what's supposed to happen. All right. This is how it's supposed to go on. This is just how it played out. All right. Continue reading.
Verse 25. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank.
So now Jacob then gave his father the food, he ate and drank. Continue reading.
Verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now, and kiss me, my son.
All right, so for all the alternate lifestyle type of people, when it says kiss me, he's talking about he's saluting them. All right, understand that it's not talking about no kiss on the lips that with you know, the alternate lifestyle like to say or try to put homosexuality in the Bible. All right, and he's basically talking about he's saluting them. All right, continue reading.
And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field, which the Lord hath blessed.
All right, so understand that. Again, remember, Rebecca was prepared. All right, again, I tell you, Black Spanish First Nation people, man, when you follow the ways of the Most High and do as the Most High wants you to do, all right, you always gonna be prepared in any situation. She put on that raiment on Jacob. So when Jacob went to go salute his father, Isaac, you know, he's smart. So he like, let me try one more. Let me make sure, you feel me? Let me try one more little thing. And when he smelled the garment, he like, you know what? That gotta be Esau. Gotta be, because his jacket, he smells like outside. He smell like, you know what I'm saying? Their smell. We all know their smell, right? That's what he smelled like. All right, so now he saw Isaac said, all right, that's my son. Continue reading.
Verse 28. Genesis chapter 27, verse 28. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven.
All right, so these are the blessings that Isaac gives Jacob. All right, and the first one says, therefore give thee the dew of heaven. Basically, land, the richness, continue reading.
And the fatness of the earth.
All right, all the land, the fatness of your earth, your crops grow, stuff like that. Continue reading.
And plenty of corn and wine.
Yeah, your crops, and you be bountiful, you be plentiful. All right, continue reading, sir.
Verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
All right, so this is real heavy, this part right here. It says, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Now we gotta ask ourselves, Jacob, he's the progenitor of Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. All right, the blessing we got from Isaac, right, is that the nations will bow down to thee. Right? Why are we not in that? Why are we not there in that? Why isn't that happening? All right, and it's because we've chosen to follow the ways of the brother who's supposed to serve us. That's why we chose to follow behind Esau's ways. Right? When the prophecy says he's supposed to serve us, right? That's why no matter what you see in America, in this land of oppression, it always goes against what the scriptures say do. All right, because this is why the Christianity is so destructive and is a virus to our people. I've never even heard this story when I was growing up with Christianity. All right, understanding who these people were, understanding how pivotal this story is. All right, they will never bring this out to you because they don't want you to understand who you are, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. All right, this story illustrates that the younger brother, who is Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, the oldest is supposed to serve us. But it's crazy in 2025, when we go to work, we call it our slavery because we the ones slaving. And the reason is because we decided not to follow the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. All right, we decided to follow behind Esau. And that's a fact. Us as a people, we decided that. Esau's way of life is better, right? Earlier when we was growing up in church, we saw the alternate lifestyle in the church, but it wasn't like, it kind of was. Nah, man, it kind of was on Front Street. We could see it in the choirs and stuff like that. But now it's everywhere. They just gave the award for supposed to be gospel awards. They gave that to alternate lifestyle group of men. They flank. They wow. Like, and they don't want an award for the greatest gospel group this year. You know what I'm saying? So understand that, like, the Christian church stands behind the oppressor, standing behind the devils, and all they keep doing is doing the work of the devil, which is continuously deceive our people. Right? So continue reading.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren.
Be Lord over thy brethren. Right? That's our position we supposed to be in Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Continue reading.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Right. Continue reading.
Cursed be everyone that curseth thee.
All right, so again, this is a heavy point too. It says, "Cursed be everyone that curseth thee." Right? There has not been a nation on the face of the earth who has not had a part in trying to destroy Israel, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. There hasn't been a nation. Right? Understand that it says, "Cursed be everyone that curseth thee." This is why we go out there and tell you, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, that we want, when Christ come back, we're going to rule over these nations, because that's what the scripture said. All right. And for the people who done these things to us and during this time, right, they're going to be cursed too. All right. Understand that. Continue reading.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Blessed be he that blesseth thee. All right. All right. So that was the blessing Isaac gave to Jacob. Right. Now go. And you continue reading. You can go. You can continue reading that 30.
Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
Come.
Verse.
All right. Come. You said slide. Can you read it again? Come, sir. Slide. Can you read it again?
Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end to blessing Jacob. So let me start that again. Genesis chapter 27, verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
All right, so he came in from his hunting. Jacob dipped out. All right, Esau, he ready for his blessing. Go to verse 31.
Verse 31. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it in unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me.
All right, so check out the way he says it. He's like, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison. Remember how Jacob said it, right? Esau got the spirit of, like, when he wants something, he want it now, right? You know what I'm saying? His father laying down. He like, yo, come on, man, get up. Eat this food that I prepared for you. You feel me? And that you can bless me, because I want my blessing. Right? Understand that. All right, we're gonna go down to let's go down to verse. All right. Let's go to verse 33. So basically what happens is Isaac wakes up, right? And he like, who you? I thought you already came through for real. Right? So go to verse 33.
Verse 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest and have blessed him.
All right, so basically, I was like, listen, I already ate, so who is the person? And I already blessed them. So who are you? Basically, right? And this is the part that you got to really understand when it comes to dealing with our enemies, these devils, right? Now, remember, prophecy already says that Esau is going to serve the younger brother. Not only that, Esau sold his birthright for a cup of raw soup and some bread, right? This is what happens when you deal with the devil. And this is this is their tool that they use every time you do a treaty or deal with them, and it doesn't go their way. Continue reading.
Verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
This is what they always do. They quit the cry, right? This is what the devils do. They cowards, right? They come up with, he knew for a fact that he sold his birthright already to Jacob. All right, so once Jacob got it, it is what it is. That's how he's supposed to. I gave it away for some soup. Right, he's supposed to take it like that. But no, this is what the devils do. They get in there and put on a hysteria and get to crying, right? Making it seem like Jacob done did something. Now he's playing victim. We see it all the time.
But they always break their agreements.
They always break their agreements. Treaties, sir.
Contracts.
Right? They always break their treaties, contracts, right? That's what they do. We've seen it time and time again, right? With these other nations. You got some?
Yeah, they were just talking about that on CNN a couple of days ago, how America breaks every time they try to sit down and make a contract with any of these other countries. They always break them. America never stays in, or is a country of their word.
Right.
And that's the spirit of America.
Right.
And this is what destroys us when we step into that spirit of America. We pledge our allegiance to America. That's why we live in the condition we live in it now, because we're living in that spirit of America. That's why it's true.
Right. And his spirit has affected a lot of our people to the fact where as though a lot of us don't keep our word.
Right.
We say we finna do something, and a lot of us, we choose not to do it. Why? Because we follow behind the person. Listen, a lot of stuff that we do here in America, it is not because we just woke up one day and decided to live our life this way. We've been conditioned to live our life this way through the conditioning of our oppressors. All right? A lot of us think that's our culture. It's not our culture. That's the culture that the white man and the devils have put onto our people.
Right.
We really got to understand that as a nation. All right, so basically, Isaac gets to hooping and hollering and crying. I mean, not Isaac. Esau gets to hooping and crying and hollering as if he's the victim. All right, the same Karen syndrome we see on TV all the time. Right. This is what happens. So understand that. We're gonna go down to
and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father.
Right. And he want blessing, but this the thing, like he knows. See, this the thing that we gotta understand, blacks, Hispanics, First Nations people. When he made that deal, that treaty, that contract with Jacob, he thought it was just him and Jacob out there, right? But you got to understand the Most High was out there. The Most High heard that. And you're going to have to, right? Most High will make you stand on what you said. He gave up his birthright, and that's what's going to happen. Go down to verse 40. So basically, that's just what happened. Go down to verse 40, sir.
Come. Genesis chapter 27, verse 40. and by thy sword shall thou live. And
Slot. My bad. So now Isaac finally gives Esau a blessing. All right. And what he says is he's gonna have the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And then verse 40 goes, sir.
Verse 40. And by thy sword shall thou live.
And that's how he lives today. All right. No matter where they go, they unalive. Right. They this is what they do. Right. They break contracts and treaties and unalive people. All right. That is every nation's history with the devil. Right. And that's why we call him the deceiver, because knowing that he does those type of things, he always plays victim. Why can't we all get along? We are all one human race. Love everybody. But I'm here to tell you, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we are the only people who believe in that love everybody. They don't believe that. All right. That's why they continue to do this. All right. They just don't want you to do something to them, and then they will play victim. Right. This is like the scriptures illustrate everything for us. All right. So understand that we got to get away from the spirit of Esau. All right. Because we're supposed to be following the God, all right, our God, the Most High, and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And with that, we are ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people since 1969 that you are the real Jews of the Bible. Now we're passing class off to Officer Warren. Go on.
Excellent class. Excellent breakdown. I mean, priest was bringing out so heavy, man. I also wanted to say what he was saying about the brother taking on the spirit of Esau and lying, to show you that what he's saying is true. Black people have a saying. You gotta remember the saying. Which one? Back in the 90s. Everybody else, you might remember it. Word is bond.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
The late 80s.
Right. See, 80s. Yeah. Word is bond. What did that mean? That means what I'm telling you is a bond.
Yeah.
Trust it. That's our culture right here.
Right.
So what the brother was saying was absolutely heavy. I mean, how we take on the culture of Esau, now we become liars.
Right.
That's what I mean. Once again, this is ISUPK under Commander Johanna, store of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Wednesday night scripture breakdown class. I really want to finish hearing the breakdown on that, but there's a breakdown I need to do tonight. Right? There's a battle brewing with Muslims, and they're trying to say that Rachel was 3 years old. Because you know their prophet lives that life was a pedo. I don't know if I can say that, cat. It's a child music, right? So now, what they try to do is they try to find a way to make everybody a child user,
Right.
which is such an evil thing in Islam. Every time they find something wrong, they say, "Well, so and so did it,"
Right.
to justify their child using prop.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So we're gonna first break down a couple things. I got in a heated battle last night, actually, but I like to use that as fuel to break down scriptures, right, and break things down. So we're gonna first of all, and again, this is the scripture breakdown class. Anybody have questions online in class, feel free to ask. Right. First of all, what is a virgin according to the Bible? According to the Bible, what is a virgin? And I need precepts. I mean, in the UPK, we won't just spit things out like the Arabs or the Muslims, where they just say anything. And they don't even know what's in their own book. They say whatever the hell they feel like saying with no backup to it. So what is a virgin according to the scriptures? And the reason I bring this one up is because when you live in such a evil world, in a abusive world, in a world that is so lustful, in their minds, a virgin gets younger and younger and younger. Why? Because surely a young woman can't be one. Go ahead, Officer Mutham.
That Leviticus 21:3.
Let me hear it.
And for his sister a virgin that is nigh unto him which hath no husband, for her may he be defiled.
a woman who is of marriageable age but doesn't have a husband.
I'll take that. That's absolutely correct. But you need one that's going to cut it solid. There's a better one than that. There's actually two better ones than that. But that's a good one. Read it again with us.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 3. And for his sister a virgin that is nigh unto him which hath had no husband, for her he be defiled.
Well, you know what they're going to say when you read that scripture, even though that scripture is 100% true. And when you tie with the other scriptures we're going to show, this is only going to strengthen it. But what they're going to say here is what? What's going to be the pushback here?
Defiled.
No. They're going to say, well, she's a virgin and she had no husband.
Oh, okay.
It's two different things. That's what they're going to say. Right? Who got another one? That's what I was looking for. All right, for the sake of time, go ahead, Madam.
No.
Yeah, that's all good.
That's not.
All right, let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 24. We're gonna find out for these. So, because the reason we have to understand these scriptures is because we're gonna battle. I mean, we're gonna battle. We need to cut them to piss.
16.
You got it. You got it. Read for me loud with them. What is a virgin according to the scriptures?
Genesis chapter 24, verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon.
The girl was very fair to look upon. Go ahead.
A virgin.
She was a what?
A virgin.
Go ahead.
Neither had any man known her.
Whoa, slow it down. That's when you cut them at. Right. What's the word you would stress? Neither. You understand what I mean? Read it again with them.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin.
She was a virgin.
Neither had any man known her.
What's it saying there? Break it down. It's pretty clear.
She had not been with a man. She had not slept with a man. No man had known her.
Okay.
She was a woman of marriageable age.
Okay.
But had not been with a man.
I got you. Good now, go ahead.
Oh, it's like, sir, it's saying she's a very woman of marriageable age. And not only is she a woman of marriageable age.
No, use the word. Not only is she what?
A virgin.
That's the word you gotta use. You gotta use that word in the back. You understand what I mean? Because when you watch your Muhammad's classes, he uses certain words. He does it on purpose because it got to pinpoint the point. So say it again, but use the proper words.
All right, so not only is she a virgin, no man is also touched.
That's correct. You understand what I mean? No man also has culture, right? So we're gonna get one more to solidify this, and the one Madam Officer Madam pulled earlier is also solid to back up this. So you can definitely add that one to your virgin precept along with this one. So the first one went to Genesis. No, the first one we should go to Genesis 24 verse 16, right? We're gonna take one more that really solidifies the point. It's gonna be in the book of Joel, chapter 1, verse 8.
Joel, chapter 1, verse 8. Laying like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth.
Read it again.
Joel chapter 1, verse 8. Laying like
lament. That's probably the Baltimore accent. That Baltimore accent, he's lament. You. Lament. What does it mean to lament? Yeah. What does it mean to lament?
Come of age.
No. Lament. All you gotta do is pull out dictionaries. Look at the word lament. Officer Gana.
So it says, for the dictionary, it says the passion expression of grief and sorrow.
Yes. So lament is think somebody who lost their husband.
Right.
And she's grieving. She laments. That's what what book in the Bible does that word remind you of lament? Lamentations. The book of grieving. So the Lord is speaking to Israel. He says, lament like a virgin. Go ahead.
Girded with sackcloth.
Girded with sackcloth. Go ahead.
For the husband of her youth.
Because her husband died.
So this is, of course, a metaphor the Lord is telling people, but he's told them to cry like a virgin who lost her husband. But she was married. You understand?
Right.
The Lord is calling her a virgin because now she's not married. She's a young girl who's not married. You understand? So you can definitely put those two in your virgin precepts and pull the one you read again. Now that we've read those two, watch how much heavier the one he called earlier is going to be. You understand what I mean? Because you got to, it's foundations. You got to lay down the groundwork and then build on, right? So pull that one more time, please.
Leviticus 21:3. And for his sister, a virgin that is nigh unto him, which hath no husband, for her may he be defiled.
Right. For his, so now when it says a virgin who has no husband, the two don't go together no more. It's two separate things. You understand me? It's two completely separate things. Right? Anybody have any questions on any other scriptures they want to add to it? All right. Now, take me to the account for these filthy, Muslims who try to discredit our prophet because their prophet was a pedophile. Right. Salaki cat. I keep saying the word. Their prophet was a child abuser.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? Their prophet was child abuser. So they're trying to say our prophet is a child abuser to justify. And furthermore, okay, let's say he was a child abuser, just for argument's sake. Slap the Lord for saying that. But just say he was. That only makes two child abusers now.
Right.
That doesn't justify your prophet.
Right.
That doesn't make your God right.
Right.
You understand? So they're so evil then. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 24. And we're going to look at the story, and you tell me if this is a 3-year-old child. You see what I mean? Tell me if this is a 3-year-old child. Go ahead, read for me, Ganah. Start verse 1.
Genesis 24, verse 1. So
you got
it. Genesis chapter 24, verse 1. And Abram was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abram in all things. Verse 2. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh.
Right? Meaning he's about to take an oath.
Right.
You understand what I mean? He's about to take an oath. So that was custom. You put your hand there, you're about to take an oath. It's kind of like now they put their hand in the Bible. Right? But Abraham was a prophet.
Right.
I mean, go ahead.
Verse 3. And I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell.
So he's telling his servant, make sure, man, because I'm about to die. I could go any minute. Don't let me hear, even in my grave, that you found a Canaanite for my son. Why? Because it would be easier to find a Canaanite. Right? You're right here. We're amongst the Canaanites. Why don't I just get him a Canaanite? Right. The other part too is, what's Abraham doing? He's setting up his son for success.
Right.
Today, here in America, in Baltimore, America, how do you find out your son has a child? The baby mama's knocking on the door asking for child support. That's how you find out he has a child. How do you find out your daughter has a child? Her belly's getting bigger and bigger. You're not saying that, and she's not saying that. You just watching.
Yeah, right.
To see who's gonna break the silence on this. And the mom is hiding it, by the way. They're not telling you. You understand what I mean?
Right.
That's how you find out in an evil place. But here, they make arranged marriages. The father wants to choose the wife of the son. You understand what I mean? And he doesn't want no heathen, man.
Right.
And this is Abraham. Imagine how many options did he have?
Right.
Versus us, we have all 12 tribes.
Right.
What excuse do we have? Abraham sent him as a Canaanite, said, nah, I don't want one of these heathens. You know what I mean? I want somebody of our bloodline.
Right.
I don't want an African, but that's the Canaanite son. I don't want no African. I want my son to marry a sister.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And that's why he's making his servant swear to, because he doesn't want to die and not be sure whose his son's going to marry. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 4. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
You should go to my country, to my kindred. What's the word? What does kindred mean? So, go ahead.
And
family. To my family and find a wife for my son. You understand? His son's probably enjoying, man. He don't want his son marry some bone eating African.
Right.
Who's gonna make him what? All types of vile and disgusting food to defile him in the sight of the Lord. Nah. Go and find somebody of my family. This is Abraham talking. Is Abraham racist? Like people don't think like this is racist according to America. Why are you being racist? Love is love.
Right.
This is Abraham, our forefather, saying no, I don't want my son marrying no heat. You damn right he's racist. Right. You know what I mean? You damn right he's racist. Go ahead. And you have to imagine, Bimah. You have to imagine what, like living amongst Hamites, what you've seen. You have to imagine what he has seen among these pagan Hamites. The lives they live. They sacrifice their own children. That's what they do. I mean, they eat anything.
Right.
Today, you see they have if you go on YouTube, they eat something called bushmeat. You know what's bushmeat? You know what's bushmeat with them?
It's meat down in the bush.
They don't know where it is either. Whatever, it's just a mixture of meat down in the bush. Whatever they kill, they put it, chop it all up, they put it on the market. It's called bushmeat. You understand? He sees that. He's like, nah, I don't want my boy to marry one of that.
Right.
I want my boy to marry a sister, man. I mean, give the sisters a hand for being better than the heathen. You know what I mean? These sisters gonna allow you are better than the heathen, man. Don't try to look like them. Don't try to dress like them. Stop putting that blonde wig on your head. I mean, stop trying to bleach your skin and trying to get all that, man. Abraham chose you. He wanted his daughter to marry you, not one of them.
Right.
He didn't want his daughter to marry Kardashian.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wanted his son to marry, it's like his son. He didn't want his son to marry. He wanted his son to marry a sister. So go ahead, now.
Come. Genesis chapter 24, verse 5. And the servant said unto him, peradventure the woman will not be willing to follow me.
So now the servant starts, giving a little pushback. Like, what if this girl don't want to follow me? And they go to keep it a little bit more.
Unto this land must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou comest.
So he's saying if the girl don't want to come back here and travel back here, do you want me to bring Isaac up? Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Abraham said unto him, beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again.
Be careful. Do not bring my son back there again. Why? If you know the story of Abraham. Go ahead.
You asked me why he don't want to bring him back to
right
where he was living.
No. Yes and no. Yes and no. I'll take that actually. Right? The real reason is because the Lord made Abraham leave that land. Don't forget.
Right.
There was an order. Leave. So if he leaves, right, you have to think about it. If Abraham leaves that land because the Lord told him to do so, for what purpose? For what purpose? So that his children will not be there. That's why. You know what I mean? Abraham's an old man.
Right.
Leave there. Why? Because I'm about to do something with you as a nation, and I don't want your son there. So now, why would you bring his son back?
Right.
Where was Abraham? In the land of Canaan. What's the land of Canaan? What did the land of Canaan turn into?
South Africa.
Oh. What did the land of Canaan turn into? Till today, what are they fighting over there? The land of Canaan, eventually, remember, the Lord had them go and slaughter all the Canaanites, and it became Israel. That was a promised land. That's what they're fighting over till now, Gaza.
Right. Okay.
You see what I mean? They're fighting over that land now. And it's a much broader land, by the way. It's not that strip. That's none of that. Right. That's parts of Saudi Arabia, parts of Jordan, parts of all the places you see at war right now.
Parts of Syria.
All of them. You understand what I mean? It was much grander. Now that we worked the map
to make it a small strip. That's not what it is. You understand me? But that was the promised land. So the Lord sent him there. He was supposed to take ground amongst his heathens, right? Pushed them out, right? Strategically, with the Lord's help, of course. That's why he couldn't send his son back, right, and go live amongst them. Because if he sends his son back, what's going to happen? He's going to live there with the people who the Lord set Abraham away from. Right. And now you got to start. What the Lord going to tell Isaac now? I want you to leave like your father left and start over. So Abraham was wise enough to know that. He said, "No, don't take my son back. You don't bring the girl here. Keep me. We're going to find out."
Verse 7.
And once again, don't forget, the whole purpose of this is to prove Rebecca was not 3 years old. Right. I was so pissed off when I heard that joke, because I was like, y'all really try, like, they had some Jewish scholar, some so-called scholar. I don't respect none. Right. I mean, you talk about something, oh yeah, she was 3 years old about. Well, let's just open the Torah and see. Right. We're in the Torah right now. Go ahead.
They can lie about it because that's not their history.
Right, of course. And they want to justify their child abuse. Right. That's really what they want to justify. Anybody say saying that there's child abuse of that nature in the scriptures, they're trying to justify something. Right. Just like the so-called Muslim was trying to justify his so-called prophet, right? And whatever Jewish so-called scholar was trying to justify himself. Right. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 7. The Lord God of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land.
See it. Don't bring it back. God told me, unto your seed will I give this land. Right. That's the land of Israel. You understand what I mean? Don't try to bring him back, because you're going to reverse what I just did. I did this big move, and you're going to take him back. Don't do that, because God told me, unto your seed I will give this land. Keep going.
He shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence.
He's going to send an angel ahead of you. That's how the Lord works. Trust me, brother. If you get orders to do something, an angel went ahead of you. Right. That's how the Lord works. So when you start, let me tell you, this is a good time we read this. You learn this as soldiers. When you're given an order, any doubt is because you listen to Satan. Because the angel went ahead of you to do it, and now you're delayed. You're the holder. You know what I'm saying? The angel is not going to listen to Satan. The angel's not going to do what it was told to do. You got to show up. You know what I mean? So this is a good scripture whenever you're given a hard mission. Just know the Lord is with you, man. I mean, that servant has to understand the Lord is with you. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be cleared from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again.
If she's not willing to come with you, you're good. Just don't bring my son back over there. All right. We'll figure something else out. But I do not want Isaac going back. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning the matter.
Keep going.
Verse 10. And the servant took 10 camels of his master, and departed, for all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nor.
So he had to go back to Abraham's homeland. He brought 10 camels with him and all types of gifts and dowries, because he was going to have to give a dowry for her, to her parents, to her father. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water.
So he went by a well and he made his camels kneel. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham.
Read again.
And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham.
Let me ask you, this servant, was he an Israelite? It's a trick question. Who was this servant? Was he an Israelite or heathen?
Wasn't an Israelite.
Huh?
Wasn't an Israelite.
How do you know?
Because he said, servant of my master Abraham.
Which means,
He wasn't an Israelite.
but how do we know? It's a trick question.
Because he said of the God of my
Yes, I get that part.
I was going to say on that too. Like he said that the Most High the God of my master, not. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get that part. I want an easier answer than that, bro. I'll give you a simple answer.
Right.
The Israelites didn't exist yet. This is Abraham. I told you it was a trick question. Right or wrong? How did it be? This is Abraham.
Right.
This is the foundation. This is the beginning. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is a heathen who serves Abraham. Now let me ask you another question. Did that heathen serve the God of Abraham?
He had to.
Did that heathen serve the God of Abraham, Jamal?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he said it for Abraham said it, but
If he was serving Abraham, he served God.
Which is true. But what did he say there? Read it again. Read it again. The awesome.
John, Genesis chapter 24, verse 12. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham.
O Lord God of my master Abraham. Keep reading.
I pray thee, send me good speed this day.
Who is he praying to? Is he praying to his God?
Praying to Abraham.
Praying to God of Abraham. Yes, that I mean?
Abraham made.
So, say it again.
Did Abraham make him pray to his own God?
Abraham was not there.
He taught him.
But he taught him. You know what I mean? When you have a business for me, don't pray to the heathen God.
Right.
It's a heathen.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I'm certain, and guess what? What else he's seen? He's seen the God of Abraham do with Abraham.
Right.
He's seen it. You understand? I mean, he's in the house with his master Abraham. Right. I mean, so he understands. Okay, this God answers Abraham's prayers. This God don't know me.
Right.
He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my people. But this God knows Abraham. You understand what I mean?
Right.
This God knows Abraham. And I'm telling you, why am I saying this? Brother, you got to walk around and let these heathens know God knows me.
Right.
You understand? You know, like Baltimore don't know that this God knows the black people of Baltimore. I don't know these heathens. I mean, the only way they're going to get a chance to serve God is by serving you. All right. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Keep reading.
And show kindness unto my master Abraham.
Show kindness unto who?
My master Abraham.
Show kindness unto my master Abraham. Why? Why not show kindness to me? You just said it.
That's not okay.
He don't know him. You know what I mean? So what is he using? He's using Abraham's name to get favor from God.
Right.
You know what I mean? He got to use Abraham's name. He's being respectful as possible. The God of Abraham, show kindness unto your servant Abraham. This is not for me. This is for Abraham. I'm about to go on a long journey right now because my master gave me the order. Please make it successful for his sake. Right. I mean, you really got to study that part. Go ahead. I'm going along this one.
Verse 13. Behold, I stand here by the well of the water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. And let it come to pass that the damsel whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac.
So I'm going to sit here next to this well. And when the young women of the town come out to draw water, I'm going to ask them for some water. Right? And I'm also going to ask them to feed my camel water. And I pray that the one who does it, that's the one you want. Right? Now, I want you to, when you read this next few verses, I want you to imagine a 3-year-old doing this, like the so-called Muslims say she's 3 years old. Let's find out. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. Verse 15, and it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebecca came out.
Who came out?
Rebecca.
Okay, here's a 3-year-old. She coming out. The so-called 3-year-old, like the Muslims will say.
All right.
Go ahead.
Came out, who was born to Methuselah, Bethuel, son of Malachi, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder.
With a what on her shoulder?
Pitcher upon her shoulder.
I want you to imagine a 3-year-old with a pitcher on her shoulder.
Right.
Right? These are how simple they are. Keep reading.
Come on, come. Verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon. A virgin.
Right back here. A what?
A virgin.
A virgin. Go ahead.
Neither had any man known her.
Perfect. Perfect. That's how you want to read that. You got to stress the neither. Neither has any man known her. Go ahead.
And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up.
And she did what? She went, break that part down, bro. What did she do?
She went down to the well.
Break it down.
She went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up.
So what did she do with the pitcher? Imagine the well. And she has a pitcher. What did she do with the pitcher?
On her shoulder.
But when she went to get the water, she did what? She went to get the water. That's what I mean? She went down to the well. Imagine the well. What do you do? And you can visualize it. A lot of people use what? Rope. Right. So what do they have to do? They got to lower the pitcher in the water and then throw it up. That's why they call it drawing water. Right. Right. Keep reading.
Verse 17. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher.
So the servant's like, okay, this is it. I'm going to go and say exactly what I told the God of Abraham. So he went over there and said, let me get some of that water. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And she said, drink, my Lord.
The 3-year-old said what?
Drink, my Lord.
The 3-year-old baby said what?
Drink, my Lord.
Drink, my Lord. Imagine that.
All right.
Keep reading.
And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him a drink.
And she gave him a drink. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 19. And when she had done giving him a drink.
So when this so-called 3-year-old, like they claim she's 3 years old, to show you how much of a liars they are. This is in the history books. This is in the Bible. Is this girl 3 years old, brother? Clearly not. But because they're so desperate to justify the lustful behavior, disgusting and abusive behavior of their prophet, right, they won't allow on our prophets. Right. But at the same time, what do they claim? We believe in all the prophets of the Bible. Right. No, you don't. No, you don't. Use the prophets of the Bible to try to justify your disgusting prophet, the so-called prophet with no prophecies. The prophet with no prophecies. They tried to threaten him by disrespecting our prophets, man. Go ahead, Officer Delight.
I was going to say, sir, even when the part where it says she let down her pitcher upon her hand, 3-year-old came to take it off her shoulder and pull it.
And you know the thing about it, they don't care. Right. You can show, they don't. Like I'm showing this so that we could battle them anytime. Right. But we're gonna battle. They're not gonna care. Right. But the only reason I want to be ready to battle them, because if we do battle them on the street corners, we want our people to hear that they're lying. Right. That's all I'm interested in. I don't give a damn if they believe us or not. They don't have an option but to serve us when it's time to serve us. That's right. When they go to captivity, they're gonna say, "The Lord of Officer Matham." That's what they have to address God as. They're not gonna say my God. They're gonna say the God of Officer Gana. That's how they're gonna have to address God. You know what I mean? They're not gonna speak to them Allah no more. They're not gonna say no name but the God of Captain Saparia. That's how they're gonna have to address God. Keep reading.
Verse 19. And when she had done giving him a drink, she said, I will draw water from thy camels also.
And the 3-year-old said, what?
I will draw water from the camels also. Until they had done drinking.
And how many camels did he roll with again? Say it loud for me. 10. So she gave him water.
And now she's gonna draw water for 10 camels. How much water do camels drink?
She said until they finish drinking.
Until they finish drinking. Now, number one, this is a hardcore system. This is a hospitable system. This is a stranger. I mean, this is a stranger. But she served him like she was his brother. You understand what I mean? She served him like she was his brother. So gave him water and then drew water for the camels afterwards. This is why when you read the scriptures in Deuteronomy, when it says the lady whose feet would not touch the ground, she was so, this is them. This is them right here. This is loving sisters right here. What is in America right now, brother, outside the ISUPK? It's a bad product.
Right.
Like Officer Gannat was saying, it's a product of this world. Liars, deceivers, cheaters. They get it from Esau. They learn that from Esau. They're not following the custom of this sister here. This sister here, you need a sister like this, bro. Your life just got 10 times easier. Your time, you gonna grow. No wonder they used to grow nice and old back in the days. No wonder they used to grow nice and old back in the days. With a sister like this around, you look forward to waking up. You know what I mean? Keep reading. We're gonna close it off.
Verse 20. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the brook and ran again unto the well to draw water and drew for his and drew for all his camp.
And drew for all his camp, all 10. Until they had enough. Keep reading.
Verse 21. And the man wondering at her held his peace.
Meaning what?
That was true.
Yeah, that's it. Raise your hand. Oh, sorry. But held his peace is the same thing. Like he's wandering, but he is not saying that. He just observing. In his mind, like, damn, is the Lord actually about to answer this prayer? Yes, that is an amazing thing. Right? Go ahead.
To wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not.
He's wondering, damn, did the Lord just really make my journey prosperous?
Right, made it this easy.
Go ahead.
He made it this easy. Did the Lord just do this easy? He made it did it that easy for him.
Right. Speak up loud so
said the Lord made it that easy for him.
Right. Right. 100%. Keep reading.
Verse 22. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden.
And you can read the rest of the story. He took her back. I mean, actually, if you read further, I'll give everybody some. When you read further down, there's a perfect precept on there that sex is marriage. All right, you go ahead and read it on your own spare time. We're out of time now, right? But when you read it, if you're looking for a precept on there about sex being marriage, it's in this chapter. All right. With that, we'll pass the class over to Precinct Officer Mathung.
Right. Excellent class. Excellent class. All right.
Security announcements. We're the ICPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 1 year. Also, that part says, keep it just as it's on there, right? But make sure you say rules for new brothers and sisters. You say new rules for brothers and sisters. Yeah. New brothers and sisters. Security announcements. New rules for brothers. Rules for new brothers and sisters. That's right. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits. No, 6 months. 6 months and 6 months. Oh, that's me. That's us. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the word. After 6 months, If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, a free will offering for the priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming holy convocation, we have the memorial blowing of the trumpet.
The 22nd to 21st, September 21st, which is a Sunday.
September the 21st, which is a Sunday. Remind Akim and Aquatium to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Imajim, Shabbat, Barak, and Yahweh Shini Shabbat.
Yahweh Shini Shabbat.
Yahweh class dismissed.
As soon as you did that, I realized that's why I was going the wrong way here.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're